Hello and welcome to Small Groups. So glad that you're here with us this evening, and we're just so excited to get a new semester going. I hope you're already enjoying yourself. You're already making connections there in the group that you're joining with here this evening. And we're going to get started with a brand new series entitled Jesus Centered. Jesus Centered. In fact, why don't you turn to somebody right now and say those words to him. Say, Jesus Centered. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how we can keep the Lord as the center or the focus of our lives. This series comes out of a study of John chapter 15. And this is Jesus speaking and teaching his disciples. And this is known as the vine and the branches, his teaching on the vine and the branches. And we're going to take a look at a couple of verses there in that passage. Specifically, we're going to start at verse number 4, and I'm going to read that here for you. It says, "Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine. Neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him, bears much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. Abide in me, and I in you. For without me, you can do nothing." Now, this word abide here that we find is a very powerful word, I think. And in the Greek, it means to maintain an unbroken fellowship with someone. Or can I say it like this? To maintain a relationship with someone. And that's our focus, right? We're looking at keeping Jesus at the center, and specifically tonight, we're looking at maintaining a relationship with Jesus Christ. This is what's so important tonight. We've got to abide in him, because without him, we can do nothing. Now, those words that we just read there are very powerful. Without him, we can do nothing, or at least nothing of any real value. And that's important to know. We've got to make sure that he's at the center of our life and we're abiding in him. We've got to make sure we're connected to him. So as we go throughout this semester, we're going to be taking a look at different aspects of our relationship with Jesus Christ and in greater detail and really getting down into the nitty-gritty. But using this as our base and just talking about a relationship with him, we first have to realize our need for that relationship with him. We got to realize that we need him. Because until we realize that we need him and that without him we can do nothing, then we're going to try and do everything without him. I'm going to say that again. Until we realize that without him we can do nothing, we'll try and do everything without him. And that's just something we can't afford. Jesus Christ isn't a checklist. He isn't a rule book. He's a personal God who desires a personal relationship with you. He wants to get to know you. Why don't you point to yourself tonight and say, he wants to get to know me. That's very humbling when we realize that. He wants to get to know me. So how do I know this? You say, Zane, I know those are pretty words, but how do you really know that? How do you know he wants to get to know me? I think one way that we can realize this is because of how Jesus Christ came to this world. John chapter 10 paints a very beautiful picture of the Good Shepherd. And Jesus makes it very clear in his teachings here that the Good Shepherd that he's referring to is himself. In verse number 1, Jesus is speaking there in John chapter 10. And he says, "He that entereth in not by the door into the sheepfold, but comes in some other way, they are a thief." I want you to get the picture here. There's sheep, there's a sheepfold, there's a door. Imagine a stone pen that houses and encloses a fold of sheep, okay? And there's one door that enters into it. So only one way that a true shepherd can come in. But there are those who desire to steal the sheep. There are those who desire to kill and to take away those sheep any way that they can. But they're not going to come in through the door because they don't have access that way. They're going to try to climb the fence. They're going to try to dig underneath. They're going to find any way that they can to steal. And that's the enemy that we face in our lives. Jesus makes that very clear in John chapter 10. The enemy that we face comes only to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But in verse number 2, he says, "He that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep." The question has been asked many times, and you might have heard this before. Why was God manifested in the flesh? Why did Jesus come to this earth? Wasn't there another way? Couldn't he have done something else, right? Why did he have to do it that way? The truth of the matter is, entering in any other way would have been against his character, because he's not a thief. He's not your enemy. He wants a relationship with you. Instead of coming in some other way, he went in through the sheep door. He came down and he got on our level. He came in amongst the sheep, right? He manifested himself in flesh and dwelt among us so that he could restore that relationship with you and with me. He came in through the door to mend that relationship that sin had broken. That's so powerful when we understand what Jesus Christ really did in the incarnation. He came to mend that relationship. He got down on our level. Verse number 11 of John chapter 10 goes even further than that, though. It says that the good shepherd not only came, but he laid down his life for the sheep. That's how bad he wanted a relationship with you. Not only did he come, but he laid down his life for you and for me. That's how bad he wanted a relationship with you, and that's how bad he still wants a relationship with you. He came and he laid down his life. So I close with this simple thought. If a relationship with you and with me is that important to him, if it's that important to Jesus, that he would come, that he would dwell amongst us, and that he would lay down his life, if it's that important to him, how important is it to you? How important is your relationship with him today? Your small group leaders are going to take it from here, and they're going to lead you in a discussion. And I hope that you can feel the presence of the Lord wherever you are here tonight, because he desires a relationship with you. He wants that personal, abiding relationship with you. We need that tonight. So I hope you join in this discussion, and I'm praying that all of our relationships with him will be strengthened tonight. God bless you.